Salvete amici. Here are sentences modeled on those that would be on the quarterly. Let's get right to it. Flavius immediately, so sentence number one, Flavius immediately saw the picture having been drawn or drawn by Decimus. So Flavius is nominative, he's doing the action, sorry. Let's set aside having been drawn by Decimus for a second. Let's do pictoram. Pictoram. Statim. That's an adverb. Of course, you know, if it were, that's a word that's kind of born as an adverb. If it were like quickly, for instance, it would be celeriter. So many adverbs end in iter or long e. Um, but this one is born that way, statim. And I'm going to do here, this is like Latin 1. Flavius immediately sees the picture. Of course, we don't want it to be Latin 1 because we have simple completed. To do a simple completed, you need the third principal part, the completed stem. Video, videre, vidi. Remember, some simple stems are, some completed stems are formed by just lengthening the vowel. Flavius immediately saw the picture. That's it. That's the simple sentence. That's like Latin 1, really, except I have a completed verb, vidit. But let's add having been drawn by Decimus. Let's make nice Latin word order and do a decimo. The by somebody is a or ab, plus the ablative, ablativus, of course. A decimos, and to draw is pingo, pingere, and the last principal part is pictus. Pictus. You need the fourth principal part. Hold on, let me write that for you. Here are the principal parts of to draw. Pingo, which our book never taught us. Pingo, pingere, pinxi, pictus, pictus. So to do the having been xed participle, you just simply use that. Now, in this case, I showed it to you, but for verbs that we know already, like having been called, it's vocatus. Having been praised, laudatus. So you have to know that fourth principal part in order to do the having been ex participle. So here we go, and now here, this is wrong, not pictus, because that doesn't agree with pictoram. So just simply make it agree, pictam. And that's it. Flavius pictoram, a decimo pictam, statim vidit. Flavius immediately saw the picture having been drawn by Decimus. Okay, next sentence. The children were called by their mother because they had entered the house, whatever that means. So the pueri, puer singular, pueri plural. Let's do by the mother next. Ab, if it starts with a vowel. If it starts with a consonant. A mater. Now this is going to be wrong. A mater, because ab needs the ablative. Ablativos. So let's make mater, matris, matri, matrem, matre, a matre. Pueri a matre. Now here I don't have to write the way I did in the previous sentence. I don't have to give you the principal parts because you know vocare has a predictable fourth principal part, vocatus. So pueri a matre vocatus. And here we want were called. Were called. The children were called. This is the perfect passive. The perfect passive. So here I'm just reminding you at the bottom that we learned the beginning of the year, vocabit, he called, and we just learned recently he was called. The passive equivalent of vocabit, he called, is vocatus est. And notice you use a present auxiliary est to say he was called because the completedness is built into the participle. So here, this is still not 100% correct though, because pueri is plural. Pueri, so we don't want to say vocatus est, but we want that sixth form. Remember, you're right, you're practicing these in the charts. The last form is vocati sunt. That's the they form. Pueri a matri vocati sunt. The children were called by their mother. That's it. Let's see. Now I think we're going to get more stuff from the beginning of the year. Nothing new for the rest of the sentence, because let's do the object next. Quod casam had entered. Entrare is to enter. Let's make that the pluperfect. Had entered. The past completed. So we need a completed stem. This would be the simple completed because they entered the house, but we don't want the simple completed. We want the past completed. Quod casam intraverat. And that's it. Okay, it's easy peasy. The children, pueri, vocati sunt, were called a matre by their mother, quod casam intraverat. Okay, third and last, um, we're going to get some of the ongoing passive tenses. So the first, Flavius will be loved by all the students. Flavius will be loved by all the students. So let's just get right to it. Flavius is again the grammatical subject of the sentence, so we need it to be nominative. And let's do by all the students next. Let's start it incorrect. Omnes discipuli. Omnes discipuli. But we don't want all the students as the subject. We want it after ab. And here we can use ab because it started, the next one starts with a vowel. But ab is followed by ablativos. So change both words to ablative. Omnibus discipulis. There's a lot of charts you need to know here. So I need to remember the ablative of omnes, omnes, omnium, omnibus, omnes, omnibus. And I need to remember the ablative of discipulus, which is like colonus, coloni, colonorum, colonis, colonos, colonis, discipulis. Ab omnibus discipulis will be loved. Now the future ongoing passive, the verb is amare, amare, and I want to use the future of a first conjugation verb, amare, like parare, uses bobis beat. So amabit, that's like the active form we learned a few chapters ago. We don't want tit, amabit, but tur, amabitur. Flavius will be loved, amabitur, amabitur. Flavius ab omnibus discipulis, amabitur. Nam, for. Latinity is a funny word in English. In Latin, it's perfectly normal. Latinitas. Latinitas. You don't have to know that. Here, I'll tell you, though, that it's feminine, suppose. Latinitas. Latinitatis. Feminine. Okay, so let's put that down there. The important thing is feminine, which we'll see in a second. Oh, actually, no. because it's an ongoing tense, doesn't bother about whether it's feminine or not. Anyway, is being taught. You do need to know the verb to teach, though. It's doceo, docere, doceo, doce, oops, doceo, docere. So is being taught. Uh, he teaches then is this, right? Docet. Docet. He teaches. Docet. But we don't want the Latinity teaches. We want Latinitas is being taught. So do, che, tur. Because that's a second conjugation verb, like monere, monetur. Is being taught by, of course, once again is ab. And now here the word him, we could use the word is. Nominative is wrong, of course. Is, eos, ei, eum, eo, abeo, docetur. Nam latinitas ab eo docetur is being taught. So we had two different tenses of the passive in this one. We had amabitur, the future, amabetur, and we had the present, which just says docetur. Long E, simply because this is a long E type verb, like monere. And that's it. Okay, not that bad.